All right. Welcome back, everyone, to my walkthroughs of the Natas wargame on overthewire.org. In this video, I'm going to be walking through the level 12 challenge. So I think I have everything set up. I've got the browser already on the level 12 page. I have my tmux session open with my password file ready to go, and I have burp all set up and configured, ready to run. So let's get started. So this looks like it's probably going to have something to do with a file upload vulnerability, potentially remote code execution, just based on the fact that I could upload a file. So I'm going to turn on intercept and burp. And before we look at the source code, I'm going to go ahead and try to upload a file. So this says choose a JPEG to upload. So let's actually try that and see what happens in burp. So uploaded. So we've got, these headers, I could go through them. I'm not going to do that in this video. I sort of went through them in a previous video about what each of them are. But what we're going to pay attention to today, or in this video, is this data through here. Because this stuff beyond the content type, this is all just the actual data for the image, I think. Let me make sure there's nothing at the end. That's surprising. No, just the image. Okay, so yeah, so let's look at what we've got here. So what this looks to me like is we have a form field on the page called max file size. It's 1,000, and then we have another field on the page called file name. This is the file name. This is actually unusual, right? Because within the file upload itself, it passes in a file name. So this is the actual file name on my local machine, and this is the file name that's being passed in. I wonder what happens if we change this. Let's change that to a PNG. Just see what happens. Forward it. There was an error. So let's try again without changing it. Oh, there's an error. I wonder if it's too big. Let's see. It's not huge, but it's probably too big. So I wonder if I increase the max file size, if that will do anything. Ah, file is too big. So it actually tells me that here. Why is it? How does it know that? All right. So the file is just legitimately too big. So I need to find a smaller JPEG. Turn off intercept. Well, you know what? Let me do something else. Sorry. So I'm going to create just a text file and call it JPEG. See if it'll let me upload that. Oh, so it uploads it, and I have a link to it here. Link to that. Thinks it's an image, so it's not displaying it. All right, so let's try that again. This time, let's do it with the intercept on. Come back here, click upload file. And let's change this extension to txt forward. Oh, it let it through I'm going to look at the source code in a minute to figure out why it let that through. And hide test. Okay, so I'm going to just take a guess right now that I can create a, well, this is my level, where am I? I'm on level 12.php. So I think I can probably say our usual cat the password file. Level 13 is what we want to see. Close the PHP parentheses. Let's move that to a JPEG. Okay, and then let's go here. Do I have intercept on still? Yeah, all right. Back, browse, 12.jpg, upload. Let that through. Oh boy, so it let that through. It's probably going to execute. This is going to be it. Once we see the password, though, I'll walk through the view source so we can figure out why this happened, why it worked. Oh, interesting. It did not work. Why not? Division by 0. That's so weird. All right, let's try something else. Maybe it doesn't understand. Oh, yeah, sorry, I have to, system, can't just put it in like that, duh. No, let's try it. PHP. Okay. There it is. All right, so let's take a look at why that worked. But let me copy this out first. So this is level 13. Paste that in there. All right, so why did that work? Turn intercept off in burp. We don't need it. I'm just going to look at the source now. All right, so what's going on? So we have 3 functions. What looks like one is get random string, one is make random path, and the other is make random path from file name. And make random, well, let's follow the logic. So if the file name key exists in the post array, so again, the post array is the form data that's submitted. This is what it's called in PHP, underscore post. And then, so if this exists, get make random path from file name. So we're passing in upload and the file name, which is, if we remember, let's go to our history and look. That's not it. This guy. Oh no, here, sorry, right. So the file name is a field. I'll show you also in the code, but it's a separate field from that's controlled by the browser, separate from the file name that's just automatically used from the file itself. But of note, either of these can be changed in the submit, in the request, in burp. You can change either of those things in the request. So, so we're passing in to make random path from file name. We're passing in the word upload and the file name from the form, which is here, right? Oh, okay. So it's setting the file name on the server and passing it back to the browser as a hidden field in the form. Yep. So we're using this file name here. So let's go to make random path from file name. So extension, we're getting the extension from the file name. and we're returning make random path using the dir and the extension. We're calling it something new. Okay, so we're calling make random path, passing in dir, which we know is upload, and extension, which in this case, because I edited it, was a .php. So make random path uses dir, get random string, and extension. And then it looks to see if that file already exists. If it doesn't, it gets another random string. It basically rebuilds the path until it doesn't exist, and then it returns the new path. So this returns here, which returns back into the code here. So our target path is going to be upload slash and our new file name. Then it's going to check file size, which we saw it do. If the file is too big, it won't allow the upload. Otherwise, it does the upload. It moves the uploaded file to the target path and prints out the target path. It prints it out. We saw it printed out. I'm not sure what happens here. This is if this move uploaded file fails. So something we were doing earlier caused that to fail. I'd have to dig into that to figure out why. But anyway, so pretty straightforward remote code execution, remote file. Not remote file include. This is remote code execution because I can upload a file and execute it on the server. So yeah, so that's it for level 12. I'm going to stop the video here and I'll do a new video for level 13 a little bit later. Thank you all for tuning in.